Hey everybody, it's Kenny Conklin from Scifiantasy.com, as you all know. So, we're going to be back on the NCC-1701-C, and we're going to make a little change to the channel. The channel now that you're subscribed to used to be both Scifiantasy and Model Builder International videos, but I've decided to break them up so it's easier to find what you're looking for. The Scifiantasy channel, which you're on now, is going to be all sci-fi and fantasy builds and techniques and stuff like that. And then the other channel is the Model Builder International channel, which is going to be civilian builds, dioramas, military builds, weathering, tips and tricks, reviews, and all that stuff, but just to keep it separate so you can find what you're looking for. So I'm working on that one. I brought over the old videos from this channel over to there, and we're going to start making new videos over there. So we'll put a link in the description below, and there's probably going to be a link somewhere in this video right over here. This way you can find that channel too, and I hope you come subscribe to that one. And not only myself, the other person that works on the site besides my brother Tommy is Paul Tosney. He'll be uploading videos to that channel also, so you're not just going to see me anymore. You're going to see my buddy Paul, and he'll be putting on some really good stuff, because working on the two sites, it's difficult to do two sites with one person, and Paul has been with us pretty much since the beginning, and he handles almost all of the Model Builder International side, and I'm handling the Scifiantasy side, and we crisscross and help each other out, but that's how it goes. We're trying to bring you the best content we can. And on the site Model Builder International, that's up and running with articles and videos and stuff like that. And we're working on bringing the community back, which hopefully should be up by the end of the month or maybe mid-April, somewhere around there. There's a lot of work to be done, but we'll bring that back to you so you have a community over there too. So enough of me babbling about all this nonsense, and let's get over to the desk and show you what's going on. First off, we got ourselves a lovely new mat. I messed up the last one because I was doing a school project with my son, and we were baking clay to make tablets for like Egyptian stuff, and I put it on there and I didn't notice, and the whole thing whoop, warped over, and that's that on there. So let's get back over to here. I got the nacelles together. I started on this one taking down all the not the raised panel lines, but all the gaps and the seams. I started on those, still got a little bit to go on those. I got this guy done up. He's all together and flush, but the main thing I was working on was getting this guy here corrected. It'd be good if I looked at the camera, because I don't have a cameraman with me right now. So like we were saying before, this side is flush. This side wasn't flush. I put Bondo on here and I started to sand it to shape. I got rid of the lip. I still got a little more sanding to do, feather it out, and we should be all good. So we're going to prime this guy up in a little while and get that done. And I also started filling in the gap that was up here. I got to sand this down, get that nice and flush, and it looks like I'm going to lose the lines in there because of how big that gap was, but there's really not much I can do about that. That's how it came, and we just got to deal with that problem. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prime this guy up. This way I can see if there's anything on the lip that I have to get rid of or anything like that. So for priming, where I don't need to get rid of any small imperfections or anything like that from sanding, I just go with the surface primer, the gray one from Tamiya. I love this thing. It primes beautifully and it sands beautifully. I know it's a smaller can and it's a little more expensive, but I have not had good results with any other type of primers for some reason, except for the hobby ones. I'm going to go back and try them again, because the bigger cans are nicer because they're cheaper and you get a lot more, but I stick with this old reliable here. So after priming this guy up, I just used the Tamiya holder. Got this one and then the round plate, which probably I'm better off putting it on that one. Excuse me. So when I'm spraying it doesn't go flying off, but we're just gonna get this guy primed up on the top. I like it because I don't have to touch anything. Tamiya light gray always looks so good on these ships where I don't even want to paint anything other than the Tamiya. Sorry, stopping. Oh, I see cat hair in there. Okay, so we're going to let this side dry. We'll flip it over and then we'll spray the other side. And I guess while we're waiting for that guy to dry up, we'll hit this guy too so we can see what we got to do on the putty work. I can see a gap already. Yeah, I don't want to spray that. So I still gotta... I forgot. See that? I'm in such a rush. I forgot to... whatchamacallit? Sand. I waste so much paint missing. I forgot to sand in here, so I won't prime that. I'll sand that up. But I see I gotta work how the Bondo dried. I still gotta put in there a little bit. I'm gonna re-Bondo it up, and then I'll redo this line nice and straight and get that going. So it's actually coming out nice and even. I gotta feather that guy off a little more right there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it definitely has to be feathered more into the ship. The bottom came out nice and feathered. You can't even see it. So we're getting there. It's just dry time and a lot of patience. So I redid this and without the primer it looked feathered, but as you can see with the primer I still got to feather this guy down. That'll be all feathered out and look good again with no lip over here. It'll be smooth. I got in here, I got that all sanded down. There's still a little gap, which I really don't want to use the Bondo again in here, so I'll clean this up a little more. And then what I'm going to do to get the little gap in there is I'm going to go over to the Mr. Surfacer 1000 and build it up with this. Shouldn't take long, should be a few coats, and then we'll get rid of that little gap. And once that's done, I'll feather this out again. And once that's feathered, I could get all the parts on here, and then we'll have a built ship. Okay, well, she's pretty much all done up. Just have a few more spots to clean up, and the next video she'll be completely primed and we'll start on the paint. I think I'm gonna just go with the overall white on her and then do the decals, and we'll see how that comes out, and we'll put it on a base and call this one finished once that's done, and then we'll decide on something new after that. Yeah, pretty much there's not too much bad stuff on her. The only thing is, you probably can notice right here, this nacelle is way closer than this nacelle is from the saucer section, and I didn't do any modifications. It's just putting the model together, and that's how it came out. So just a few more spots to clean up, get rid of a little garbage over there, finish this little gap over here, and we'll be off to painting. Okay everybody, all the cleanup is almost done on this. I'll do that, and then probably in another few days we'll have a video of me painting this guy, which is just pretty much overall white because of how many decals are on this ship. So thank you very much for watching another video. Hope to see you all over at Scifiantasy.com, and I hope you all have a great night. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.